Are we together?
Yeah, but
I speak Kilobedi, I don't speak Spedi. Now I also want to talk how I suffered. As they've told you briefly that I'm Mr. Matlala from Rolela. Now I was a person who was a taxi driver. And as I was driving taxis, I was living a wonderful life until I became sick. And I was a member of ZCC, dancing Mukuku. And I became sick of demons. Now, the taxi that I used to drive, it always had a problem as I was driving it. Now, myself and the taxi owner will always fight because of the problems the taxi was experiencing, and I came to a point where I thought the taxi had a tokoloshi inside. Now, as I was in the church, an instruction came out that I should stay in Moria for 3 months to fulfill all the instructions.
1 month, I'm sure 2 weeks, 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Now I stayed in Moria 1 month and 2 weeks. Now, the prophets and the pastor said to me, you must go and serve your ancestors. God is releasing you. Go and serve your ancestors. He said, you have prayed him, it's enough. Now, because in my heart I loved God, I was worried that why should God say I should go and serve the devil? But I was speaking in my heart. I was afraid to say it. I went to Alexander. When I came to Alexander, I was just driving my taxi from Alexander to Pretoria. I went back to the church. But I was always sick. But I could not figure it out where it pains. The body was even having problems. And prophecy came out for the second time in the church and say, my friend, go and serve your ancestors. You have prayed him, it's enough. Now, I was stubborn. I didn't want to come out of the church. I kept on my bed here. Now, the sickness became worse. And I went to 19. I was staying in 19. I had a shack in 19. Now, as I was sleeping, I fell asleep. In my ears, I started hearing drums of demons, drums of ancestors. Then I woke up quickly. And I went outside. I wanted to see where is the sound of this drum coming from. I only realized that there was no drums. Then I went back and I slept. It was about 5:30 or so. As I slept, I fell asleep. A heavy sleep came upon me.
ke bona le hore ke a tsamaya mara ke no tsamaya ka tsela gore ke no tsamaya ka tsela so ke le ke no bona le hore ke bosiu mara ke no tshepela ka tsela ka ra le foka.
When that sleep came upon me, I saw myself walking, and I could see that it is night, but I'm just walking in the forest, inside the forest.
E ke tsamaya ka tsela hela kantrina ka mo ke a tsamaya ke anga ke ni e tshwenye re ntlasile.
As I kept walking, I was not aware that I was actually walking in reality, going to an inyanga, a sangoma was supposed to initiate me.
Na ke bone le hore ke a re ke a tsamaya ke feta dikoloi ke feta batho a ke bone le hore ke a re ke a sepela jale ka kwana ke ni ela o bona le seswa ka le matrasa.
And I was not aware that I'm walking. I was passing cars, passing people, and I'm not even aware that I'm walking. Now, inside the shrine of that sangoma, my sister was there and other initiates. When I woke up, I realized that I'm inside the ndumba of that sangoma. I did not understand how I arrived there.
And
that time I didn't know how to bewitch people, how to practice witchcraft. Now I was afraid. I said, how did I come here? Now my sister said, don't worry, your ancestors were here. They are saying you should serve them. You must be initiated. Now they took some beads and placed on my hands, and they gave me one muti called Mpela to make my mind stable, not to think too much. Now they escorted me to my place in 19. I stayed in 19, but I was not longer happy. Now I started asking myself that I'm going to be a sangoma. Now when they escorted me, even my badge of ZCC was still here on my chest. I removed that badge. Now I said, it's like I'm going to be a sangoma. When I look at those beads on my head, I was afraid. I said, well, we don't know. Then I went back to the taxi. The taxi will have problems. Then I went back to the sangoma. I said, the taxi keeps on having problems. He took the bones and threw them on the ground. When he threw them on the ground, he said, your ancestors, they are saying, go and speak with them. I left to Alexander, I went to Relela. When I came to Relela, I took snake, I put on the ground. I started speaking to my ancestors. When I spoke to my ancestors, the demons came. They came in my sleep. They say, you must know that you are not longer going back. You must go and be initiated inside water. Then I was afraid. I said, inside water. They said, yes, inside water. They left those demons. Then sleep left me. I started asking myself, how am I going to survive and live inside water? He said, there's possibility for me to die inside that water. Then it was morning. I was not happy in my heart. I was always worried. That is like, I have to go to the water as my ancestors instructed. During the night, I slept. I dreamt walking. I dreamt walking, going to the water. Pointing to the water, I entered to the river of Letlaba. I dreamt walking. I found a big river, a big dam, not knowing that in reality I'm actually going to the water. When I arrived at that water, a big snake with 7 heads came out from that water. That snake of 7 heads, it swallowed me. But I was seeing that in my dreams. That dream took me down into the deep where demons reside, where the hidden says their ancestors there. Now, I had a mind that I'm alive. When I arrived there, I found some people being initiated there. And I found some bones, human bones, like skeletons. These people ate those human beings and their bones. The snake vomited me inside there. Then I started looking around. I looked around. Now, that snake left. When it left, the demons came. The demons started ululating, dancing, celebrating, for being happy for me. Every time they are now, after some moments, the snake came back with a dead human being. It placed the human being before me, and the demon said to me, "You must eat this human being." Now, because even myself, I was hungry, I started eating. I started eating that human being. I ate even the intestine. I ate everything. Even my mind was normal. I could see that I'm a person, I'm alive, but there was nothing I could do. I just had to accept it. Now, as we went further and further, those people, I could see them. The snake came back with muti, and the demons will tell me that this muti, it is for head, this one is for pains, this one is for this. Now the devil, we used to worship him literally. I know that the